Dokuchition! Hey YouTube, Dokuchition84 here with another video. I'm just chatting, plus another channel update, I guess. I hope all of you enjoyed the 17th anniversary movie that me and Gonga did. Looks like a lot of you did. Yeah, that idea was mainly his more than anything, and it was just an excuse for us to do a collaboration together of some kind. But yeah, there are other reasons for doing that movie. It's because, well, I miss making my own fan-made Yu-Gi-Oh! Movies, which all started with that Halloween one I did in 2021, which was just something I did for the lols, after doing some dual videos with Halloween-based decks. I thought I'd sort of make that lead towards a movie where I'm going up against the guy with the demonic voice. Didn't think it would become a full-blown series. And then I guess the idea just came along as I was doing the 15th anniversary movie, the time travel adventure, which at the end hinted at the demon's return, basically, which of course would lead towards sorry, there's still building work going on, which would lead towards the big sequel movie that me, Express Gaming, Webbers 5 and Emma are working on, which by the way is still in development hell. It's kind of frustrating, like nothing's been done on it lately, just due to other things happening. I would like to still get it out there. I did think about just redoing the whole thing, but then again I'm not so sure about that, because I'm worried if I redo it and I just involve myself, it'll just feel like a rushed product. I mean, I don't want to make it feel that way. I want to add more of a story to it, and make it enjoyable for you guys, although you guys enjoy the fan-made videos I put out there anyway. I haven't been working on any others because, well, with the 300 subscriber special, me versus the last duel bot, that was supposed to lead up to the events of the big movie. It's meant to be the next in the series, despite the fact that I did that other Halloween movie with Express Gaming and did that Christmas movie involving EeveeBot. I mean, in the title of the 300 subscriber special, it says "the calm before the storm," which is meant to imply that this big movie is meant to be next, it almost feels like it's misleading if I add any more to it. So what I wanted to do with this movie with Gonga was have different characters, but in the same universe, of course, but different characters where it doesn't involve my movie character. So really, that was an excuse to do other fan-made movies and not involve, like I said, my movie character, the cyborg and the demon, and maybe potentially make that a spin-off series. Like, that is, if I have the time to do it. So, yeah, that's what it led to, and it was also an excuse to get my Elemental Heroes involved, like in a movie series of some kind. And now Matt and Alison Welch expressed interest in doing something as well, so so I feel like at some point in the future all three of us will work on something together. I'm not quite sure what yet. But in terms of other movies, I really want to get that finished. I mean, I can make a start on it. I can complete, like, the first section of it. But yeah, I need the duels to be scripted, really. That's the plan. We have the story all set, though. The storyline for the movie is sorted. Just need to film the rest of it and script the duels. So yeah, that's basically the plan. Also, there is a new ban list for British format. I've mentioned the latest minor league ban list, but now it's time for the other British format list. So, banned is Electric Jellyfish, Whiz Sage for Hire. Sorry, that was auto-corrected. Flower Cardian, Light Flare, Traptrix of Fleisure, Absolute Power Force, Ninjutsu Art of Shadow Sealing, Red Zone, and Solemn Judgment, and Limited, Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. See, I was thinking about outright banning it, but I thought maybe I should just try it at 1, because it only really affects monsters with 2,000 or more attack, plus banishing a monster is optional. Yeah, Reflesia is gone. Because I felt like I made a mistake sort of unbanning Traptrix in my format. I said I gave them a break because, well, Bottomless is the problem card, but there's a lot more to it than that, and I then remembered why Reflesia is among my top 10 hated Xyz monsters in the game. Like, for one thing, it's too disruptive, and the other being its protection effect. It gives the other Traptrix monsters, and with the Traptrix extract monsters being immune to traps, it's like, well, if they're out and so is Reflesia, you just can't do shit against them. Like, it's impossible to fight back. Unless, of course, you have Dark Room of Nightmare, Kaiju's Lava Golem, or Raw Sphere mode, but yeah, it proved to be too much of an issue. So I tried to get rid of Reflesia, just to see how that works, but even then, Traptrix have proved to be a struggle, and of course me and Emma still have yet to show some recorded games with a Traptrix deck. Yeah, like I said, in the game, I had against Express Gaming's one, I thought, well, maybe I just need to use a stronger deck. Now, I know it was said that more back row should be played as well to deal with it, but it's like, why does everyone say this whenever I complain about trap tricks? Like, I don't have room in my decks for more back row removals. I need room for other things. I mean, literally, unless I preemptively side in some cards to specifically counter trap tricks, there's just no room for back row removal. So yeah, there's that. Electric Jellyfish I got rid of because it's a negate. Only of monsters and spells though, but still, the card's a pain in the arse. I mean, sure, it can't negate traps, but statistically, in a deck, you play more monsters and spells than traps. And as for Fur Hires, oh, I forgot one other limit. Wraith Champion Fur Hire, because it's a monster negate. Wait, did I say limit? Yeah, I think I said limited. I was thinking, what did Fur Hires do? Well, I doubt it'll come up. I mean, it probably won't, because, well, again, at the time of recording, there's only 7 of us still playing Rhetorician format, but still. Well, Wiz, because it's a Dark Bribe on legs, and yeah, I've been trying to get rid of Dark Bribes on legs, because, well, they just shut down half a deck, and like I said, Wraith is a monster effect negate, and I've limited quite a few monster effect negates already on legs, so it just made sense. So, you know, I have nothing against Fur Hires, don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to deal with the negates. You know, that's all there is to it. Flower Cardian Light Flare is, well, also a Dark Bribe on legs, but that somehow I overlooked. I mean, again, Flower Cardians are likely to come up, but you just never know. And as for Absolute Power Force and Red Zone, well, I find that Red Dragon Archfiend is just way too overpowered nowadays with these cards. You know, King Calamity or no King Calamity, plus Abyss or no Abyss. Red Zone is way too disruptive again, and Absolute Power Force just makes it too easy to OTK, which therefore makes it too easy to win games with. Now, I did try limiting Absolute Power Force and Crimson Gaia, but it didn't work. I mean, those changes didn't do anything, so I did that to slow them down. Ninjutsu Art of Shadow Sealing, well, it's more of a spite ban than anything, considering that card has really annoyed me in the past when going up against ninjas. I mean, I'm not saying I hate ninjas, but the card is just infuriating, especially that one time when Express Gaming sealed off both extra monster zones when I was using my Black Wings against it. That was just absolute bullshit. I can't believe he did that. I mean, he may have found it funny, but I didn't. Like that was infuriating. And what was worse is that I didn't have a way to get rid of it. Considering that even if I did try to destroy it, then the field spell would just protect it. So yeah, that's that. And as for Solemn Judgment, well, don't get me wrong, I don't hate Solemn Judgment. There have been a few too many times where it's robbed me of a comeback. Mainly whenever I play against Matt and Alison Welsh, and this happened 3 times. 2 of which was in a goat game, but that's another story and a different format. But yeah, it was just really infuriating. Like, I can't remember what one of the matchups was, but I know one of them did involve Magician Girls and his Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon deck when he had it, and I was on 4,000 and I drew into Chocolate, which would have been a saving grace. So I thought, if I just have Chocolate on the field, I can just sit behind that and hope I get something. But then once I summoned it, he activated Solemn Judgment, and I just scooped. So yeah, that's 3 times now that it caused the scoop phase. So yeah, that got so annoying that I just decided to outright ban it, just so it could stop stopping comeback plays. That's really the only reason behind it. Yeah, it costs half your life points, and yeah, it can backfire, but in other cases it just causes annoying situations like that. And yeah, that's that for that ban list. Another thing I want to talk about is speed duels. I think 1 or 2 days ago, I can't remember what day it was. No, it was 2 days ago. I decided to just retire from speed duels. It's a shame, really, because I don't want to, but the issue is there's fuck all interest in it. Like, no one else seems to be interested in doing them. I mean, recently the only other person I was able to play them with was Sparkman, but even then it's just hard to get the time to have games with him. Because the only time it is possible to do it, really, is if I'm at Tabletop Republic on a Wednesday night, and I'm not there every Wednesday. And the problem is we hardly ever have time to play out one game, either because he's in whatever event is happening, or other people keep ambushing us for games. And even when we do play, we end up being in a rush because I need to get the last bus home. It's a shame, really, but yeah, these things happen. But yeah, other than that, if no one else is showing any interest, then what's the point in carrying on with them? You know? Plus, it is absolute bullshit that all the cards printed in Midterm Destruction aren't legal for tournament play over here. I mean, I'm pretty sure they can still be played in casual games. I mean, it would be stupid for them to not be allowed in casual games. I mean, I could get the Elemental Hero support that's in there, plus MST. I mean, I'm pleased that Miracle Fusion and a couple of other Elemental Hero fusions have come to speed duels, and I would have liked to get those for my speed duel Elemental Hero deck, but it's like, well, what's the point if I'm hardly ever going to get to play them? It sucks. I just hate that speed duels seem to be practically dead. I mean, what happened with speed duels? Like, where did it all go wrong? Why did everyone lose interest? I don't get it. Sort of a shame, really, because my speed duel Dark Magician deck is finally working really well and running smoothly. In fact, the addition of Skilled Dark Magician helps out big time, because now I can run the Toon Table engine in there. Of course, the problem is Poker Knights and Elemental Heroes still sometimes struggle with bricking or just not drawing certain cards when I need them. It is incredibly frustrating. Yeah, that's that. Of course, if my other friends do decide they want to give speed duels another go again and want to play more of them, then I will come out of speed duel retirement and play them. We'll have to see what happens. And speaking of retirement, I'm even debating whether or not to give GOAT format games another go. Here's the thing, for those who don't know, I stopped playing GOAT format games because I got really fed up of Ring of Destruction for game and getting cucked by Nobleman of Crossout and Delinquent Duo, and yet I keep getting roped into the odd GOAT game here and there, mainly with Matt and Alison Welch and Starlight William Magician. So I can't help but think maybe I should just bring my GOAT decks out of retirement and just play that format again. Because Duo, Knock and Ring aside, GOAT format is really enjoyable and is one of the greatest pre-synchro formats ever. I guess if I do that, I'd need to find more ways to counter those cards. Maybe I should even run like 3 copies of Book of Moon to increase my chances of getting cucked by Ring of Destruction. Is that was Book of Moon at 3 back then? I'm pretty sure it was. I want to look it up really quick. April 2005 Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list. Well, I know for a fact that book wasn't banned. It's never been banned. Let's see. Yeah, no. Book of Moon was allowed at 3. I also feel like I should run Desert Sunlight, just to counter Nobleman of Crossout. I mean, honestly, why I didn't think of that sooner is beyond me. So if I can just get those into my Go decks, then I'm sorted for countering Ring and Knock at least. But with Duo, there's, well, not much I can do about that really. So, I mean, if I can successfully make those adjustments, then I guess I'll give Go format another chance. Speaking of formats, there is also the normal current format. I mean, recently I got roped into playing, 5 normal current format games lately. And don't get me wrong, they were fun for what they were. I didn't really want to play that way. Because the normal current format is shit. I stopped playing that way for a reason. Well, multiple reasons really. Too many cards and decks that just don't let anyone play, and shit ban lists, and just the fact that just in general it's got too competitive. Alright, yeah, I didn't face anything really competitive in these normal current format games I had, but still, it's like I prefer to play under my format, or if not that, then Express Gaming format or the minor league one. That would have been more preferable, you know. But then it gets me thinking, like, if I'm gonna have a few one-off games, maybe I should just partially come back and be, well, not necessarily semi-retired, but just maybe quarter-retired from the normal current format. I don't know. Because at least that way it gives some variety of games, but like I said, Retition format, Express Gaming format, minor league, and even common charity is just more preferable to me. I just really don't like the normal current format. Like, it's shit. Who knows? And I think that's everything I want to talk about, really. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and as you may have guessed, I didn't make it to the Unlimited tournament at Dead Universe Comics yesterday. Just couldn't get the transport. It's really unfortunate. And I feel bad for missing out, since that was something Webbers 5 was hosting as a birthday celebration. But thanks to the fucking train strike, I had no way to get there. And if you're curious about what I was going to play, the plan was to play a hero deck, which was running 3 copies each of Rota, Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity, and I also had Dimension Fusion and Called by the Grave at 3 in the side. And the main deck was 50 cards. I tried to get it to 40, because I prefer decks to be at 40, but I just couldn't cut it down. But I figured, well, it might be just as well, because I suspected that Carlton was going to play Infernoids, because otherwise, like, why else would he be after Fairy Tale Snow? Because before Grass is Greener got banned, that card was a must in Infernoids. And I also wanted to have cards on hand that could either specifically counter Infernoids or just work around all the banishing. But it didn't happen. And this deck was just incredible as well. It was even running one copy each of Rainbow Neos and Destiny Hero Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer. I felt that they could lead me to victory. Not that I was bothered about winning the event, but it would have been amazing. But it just didn't happen. It sucks, but on the other hand, at least I dodged a couple of ridiculously competitive decks. Full Power Tears were being played, and so was Snake Eyes, apparently. Now, I don't have much of an opinion on Snake Eyes, but I'm glad I dodged Tears, and I'm also glad that I potentially dodged all of the banned cards that I hate, including Duo, Confiscation, Kaiser Colosseum, Imperial Order, Royal Oppression, and Vanity's Emptiness. So, I mean, I don't know if they would have come up. Or Cold Wave, actually. Yeah, Cold Wave is another banned card that I fucking despise. But again, like I said, I don't know if any of those cards came up in the event, but if they did, I'm so glad I dodged them. Yeah, the problem is, like, there are downsides as well as upsides to having, like, an unlimited event where nothing is banned, limited, or semi-limited. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about, so thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Magician YouTube channel.